This morning. Let's give her a round of applause. And when you're ready, my dear, we can go ahead and get over onto the Facebook. And if no one has told y'all today, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it, let's go.
Thank you, Bree. We're all set.
All right. Well, good morning. Happy Gratitude Tuesday. It is your guest host today, Bree Vaughan, here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Happy and excited to chat today around listings, and to just have conversation and be back in community with my peeps. But before we get started, we're going to get some Tell Me Something Goods going on. Who has some Tell Me Something Goods they would like to share this morning? Brent and Alice Beechel.
Hey, good morning, Bree. Just like you, we were gone for a whole week in Michigan, and we were able to come home yesterday. You know what Alice did mostly yesterday? Laundry. It was amazing how much stuff we needed to wash and that. But great to come home. We got a brand new listing that we're working on and gonna have coming on the market. It's coming soon right now. And just when you get home after a busy week, you just got to decompress a little bit and be able to take in all of the good stuff that was just poured into you. And so we hope you guys all do that and have a great week ahead. Coming up to July 4th, man, what a great time to celebrate.
I sat
Awesome. Oh,
in the sun
yeah.
and breathed yesterday. That's what I did.
What'd you say, Alice?
I sat in the sun and breathed yesterday for about 20 minutes.
I love it. And you're right. There's so much laundry that you have when you come back. We were away for 2 weeks and it's like, wow. But it's, you definitely need a vacation from a holiday and to reset and to get back into that groove. So congrats on having that listing right when you get back home and getting settled. Thank you guys. Kelly, good morning.
Good morning. My something good is my mom, who it just turned 80, is going on my 4th of July week, 5-day vacation with me. I've been asking forever for her to go to the mountains, and she said she was ready. So that is my something good. 5 days with my mom.
I love it. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your time. I love that for you. All right, Valerie, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Last month in May, I saved 12 Doberman puppies and their mama, and I haven't been able to make this call because that situation kind of ate my brain. And I'm back today, and I just wanted to say the pre-call was fire today. You guys were amazing, so I'm so grateful to be back and so grateful for this call.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Valerie. And I'm sure those dear pups are grateful for a soldier like yourself out there doing the good work to make sure they're good. All right. Well, we got to get this party started. Thank y'all for your Tell Me Something Goods. I know we've been talking about listings, and I'll preface with I've been away and unplugged for 2 weeks. So if this is repetition, apologies, but repetition is the breakfast of champions. So I hope you're hungry. So we are going to be talking about listings. And I know that in this, where we've been talking about follow up, seller objections, all the things, a lot of times what gets missed is like, what is it that I bring to the table? Like, what is my unique value proposition? What is the thing that I do that if you put me against another agent in my market, that 9 times out of 10, they're going to be like, okay, Bree's our girl. So I'm just curious, in your world, what is it that you do that sets you apart from the other agents in your market that pretty much assures, whether it be getting the listing or servicing it? I'm curious to know how that shows up in your world. Orly, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. So I truly believe my superpower is being able to sit down with someone and looking it deep into their eyes, way down into their soul, and having that conversation that they rarely have with somebody who is invested in where they are in their life right now. What's going on in your life? Who's in your life? What kind of lifestyle do you have? Where do you want to go? And sometimes I joke with them and I say, what do you want to be when you grow up? And that could be turn 80-year-old. So it's having those deep conversations and really getting into someone's head, their heart, their soul. The rest will take care of itself. We've got all the scripts for everything else, but first get into their mind and their soul.
I love it. So having those in-depth conversations that really show you care and that you aren't just here to place a sign in the yard, but with purpose. I love that. Thank you, Orly. MP Integrity. I don't know the name, so that's what I'm
Oh,
calling you.
sorry.
What you
It's
got?
Melissa Pearl. I know. I was driving when I did it, so I
No
couldn't put
worries.
I so I think there's two things that I do that really stand out of like the 1 out of 10 agents in my area. And that's I host all my own open houses and I make sure that my clients know that I will be the one hosting their open house and that I always have extra help with me um, in case somebody wants to write an offer and they don't have to deal directly with me. But then I also do assisted showings. And I think when I explain why I do assisted showings, people realize that most agents don't do it and that it truly is a benefit for them.
So open houses and assisted showings. And can you just elaborate on an assisted showing?
So I attend all of the showings on my listings so that I'm there to represent my client. I don't just put a lockbox on it and just let agents show my listings without me.
Gotcha. And that's irrespective of price point.
Correct.
Awesome. Very cool. Thank you so much, Melissa. All right, Maggie Barth, good morning.
Hi, good morning. I'm so sorry. My mute button was kind of sticky there. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much. This attitude of gratitude and this half an hour of focusing on that really touched my heart. So thanks to everybody for sharing. I'm kind of looking at the senior market. Like I think the statistic is 10,000 people from that baby boomer generation are retiring every day. And I started doing open houses in a new build area in my community in Wichita, Kansas, because we don't have a land issue, so there's still plenty of new builds here. And I started realizing there's a bunch of seniors that really need someone to listen to them and sit down and do more than like a quick listing appointment, and figure out what all their stressors are and their points of pain. So I created like a senior niche community where I'm doing like a senior support group, and I go around and offer just for them to talk about if they're wanting to right size instead of downsize, learning some of the senior terminology. Because, people in their 50s and 60s now, they don't want to be called seniors. They're just kind of older people, right? That are trying to figure out their life. So there's this huge opportunity, you guys, and people that we're getting ready. They call it the senior tsunami, and we're getting ready to see the largest shift in wealth we've ever seen in the world. And they're a lot of them also, they don't have big families. Some of them don't have children because they're the first generation that didn't have access to birth control. So if you're not looking at your senior market in the area, let's have a conversation. You can add me on Facebook, or just think about it in your area and think about how can you serve that population, because I don't think people are doing it. I've just had a lot of opportunity looking at that
Absolutely.
area. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you. So and looking into your senior market, and I have to tell you, I just celebrated a birthday, Maggie, and I'm two years away from 50, and I refuse to be called a senior.
Wow.
I
That's
already got signed
amazing.
up for.
You look 30, girl. Okay. You
Thank
look
you.
amazing.
Thank
So
you. My
very
husband signed me
inspiring.
up for double ARP for the discounts, but that's where it stops. That's where it
That's
stops.
great. I want the discounts, but nothing else. Thank you.
Thank you, Maggie. Diane, good morning.
Good morning. From the senior side here, I would say superpower is uh, has always been to get people comfortable in the uncomfortable. As a listing agent, that means whether, regardless of age, finances, and mental capacity, we have come alongside of our sellers to allow them to leap tall buildings in getting their properties ready and to transition. So to do that with grace and ease is what we do, and do it very well. I don't think everyone does, particularly when I look at other listings and how they're presented.
Mhm.
Um, Ours are always top drawer, and people do want that. They want their properties to shine. So uh, that's why I would say I think I know it is my superpower.
I love that. And you say is it specifically you notice in the targeted area, or is it kind of your listings all over?
It's my listings all over. It
Mhm.
really is.
I love that. Thank you, Diane.
Yep.
All right, Jan Lee in Austin, Texas.
Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity. I think not, I believe that my superpower is first and foremost going there as a consultant. So I'm also a property manager, and as a believer of the American dream, when I go to the table, I always give them opportunity to see if they can keep the house. Like, do you really need to sell this house? Because this house can be a vehicle for your future, right? And so once I, like, some people will say that's not gonna work for us, then now I'm going to come in as like I'm the right listing agent for you. And so first and foremost, it's gonna be like honesty. People appreciate the truth. If I cannot sell you the price that you want, I'm fine walking away and just, becoming friends at this point.
And I'm sure that gains respect and trust because not everybody's, willing to do that or, that's being a fiduciary and keeping your client's interest at the forefront above all else. So thank you so much, Jan. Ira, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I think my superpower is kind of similar to Orly in terms of being extremely empathetic and showing so much kindness that my clients become my friends. And there's never a rush from me to get anything done. It's all about them and their time frame. And I'm not pushing anyone to do anything that they're not ready to do. And it creates really great friendships.
I love it. So being empathetic and yeah, you always say if you end up with a friend on the other side of it, good, better, and different, then you've done your job. So I love that. Being empathetic with them. Thank you, Ira. Teresa Bittner, good morning. Are you there, love? All right, we're gonna come back to you and hang tight, Dean and Erica. We're gonna jump around as I see some fresh hands up this morning. Let's go to Brittany Lackey. What you got?
Hello. I think my superpower is education. I'm a PC coach, so I naturally like want to train and teach people. But like I am very passionate about helping people make informed decisions. So I think sometimes, especially like experienced agents, they're so used to like having a system and doing things fast that they don't kind of sit down and smell the roses with their clients and like walk them through. Like they're so used to I do this every day, not thinking about the fact that your clients don't do that every day. And so, like, okay, well, first this happens and then this happens. Like, when we go to our listing presentation, we focus so much on how we can market the home and what you're going to do to sell it, but you don't walk them through, like, what happens after. So, I think education is my superpower.
I love that. And it's a great reminder when I was thinking about what I was going to talk about, that was something that kind of crossed my mind of it. It's very easy for us. We do it in our sleep to just kind of go through it just like an assembly line, right? Okay, next. But not realizing that the client, this isn't their first, it may be their first rodeo when selling their home. And they need us to educate and to inform. So thank you for that reminder to don't stray away from educating the client in addition to marketing and all the things. So thank you. Let's see, Chance Eaton, good morning.
Hey, thanks, Bree. So I would say my superpower is I like to get in depth with my clients, and I my wife is my assistant, and I like to say we're family, and we're gonna treat you guys like family too. So I wouldn't put you in a situation I wouldn't put my own brother, my own sister in. So like just being authentic with them and being real with them and just being myself and taking care of them as I would my own family really builds that relationship and kind of if they're first time selling or buying, they're kind of nervous or scared, and then when you build that relationship, when you break that barrier, it just makes it so much easier after that. So just being authentic, being real, and actually caring about them.
Authenticity will take you places that most other things skill can't. So I love that and making them feel like family and that they do matter. So great share. Thank you, Chance. Let's see, Margaret. I don't think we've heard. Oh, she had her hand up, but I don't see her. Let's see, Julie Hess. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for calling on me. I came to this a little late, and I'd like to think, if we're saying superpowers, I'd like to think mine is simply staying in curiosity. One of the things I learned in this business from a great coach I had was, learning to lead by questions, and and um and that's what I do. I was at a networking last night, and it was so much fun to be able to, say to somebody, well, what makes you say that? Or, tell me more. And, when I left there, I had about 4 or 5 people ask for me my card, and I didn't even talk real estate. I let them do the talking. So I'd like to think that staying in curiosity would be my superpower.
100%. And I don't remember the quote from Phil, but it's something about curiosity is the fuel for, I can't remember it now. Not firing all cylinders, but no, I love that where it is staying curious, asking questions,
Yeah.
and oop, get the meter there.
And that's how I learn. I
Yeah.
learn from people. So,
Hmm.
I become richer by asking questions and learning about people and what they do in their life. So,
I love you. Curiosity is an amazing currency. Thank you so much, Julie. All right, George Freelove, what you got?
Well, I really think my superpower is that I've been in the business in real estate and new construction for 50 years. So I bring in an experience level. I tell my buyers and sellers I'm brutally honest. And I have a process, and we will stick to the process so that it's a win-win for everybody at the end of the sale or the purchase.
I love it. And definitely your time in the business is a definite value add. And just being intentional with that. So I love it. Thank you so much. All right, Josie, good morning.
Good morning, beautiful. Welcome back.
Thank you.
So for us in the sales agents, right, we have them lean on the fact that they are part of a team. It does make a big difference, even if you're like a solo agent with just one admin, knowing that you have a little bit of extra leverage, support, that they don't have to just wait to hear from you, for example, right? If you're busy out and about, they hear from me, they hear from our client care manager. They really feel like they're part of like a network where they're being taken care of on just multiple sides, right? And then reinforcing that throughout the process. If they have a question, I remind them, you don't have to wait to go to like Val or our other agents. Like you can come to me, you can text me, and just that support system basically makes a difference in how we, get clients and keep them.
Yeah, I love that. And especially for newer agents that are on the call, if you don't feel like you have these resources or are at a place where you can, show these things as being a value add, lean into the leverage that you may have at your office. And especially if you're a part of a team, that's definite leverage that you can use to present to your clients. So thank you for that, Josie. All right, let's see. Carol Castle, good morning.
Good morning, New York City, the South Bay. So I love this conversation, and I think our superpower as a husband and wife team is, of course, we have instant leverage with each other. But I would say, like what Orly talked about, is having those conversations. And here's a little trick, especially for people when you're speaking with someone who's maybe older than you are. I mean, we sort of have an advantage, Orly and I, because we're older, and so we sort of like have that age thing on us. It's like we have chutzpah. We just, can talk to people that way. But if you're younger, imagine the person you're talking to is a junior high kid or a millennial. Imagine them and they're younger and just that person, because everybody is a junior high kid no matter how old they are. Their heart is still that age. And if you can relate to their age in their body and have that conversation, they're still in there. And that might give you more comfortable. You won't feel so nervous. It's sort of a little trick.
I
So
love
when you
that.
meet somebody new, just remember they're just a junior high kid. They're just in an older body.
I love it. I love it. It allows you to, as we say, awareness is transformational. So that allows you to show up and have the conversations to where it's not you just, here's me, here's me, here's me. It's who is the person that
Yes,
I'm speaking to? What do they need to know? How can I serve them? How can I relate?
exactly.
And how can I
Yeah.
connect?
And
So,
how would you ask questions and how would you listen and how would you show up? It's the same sort of care, concern, and common sense. Everybody is the same no matter how old they are. We're all the
mhm.
same. We're that person, that kid inside. We never really grow out of that. So just remember that people just want to be seen and heard. And when you really, really listen, they will bare their soul to you. And once that happens, once they have trusted you, they will trust you in everything. And just listen, listen, listen.
Good stuff, Carol. Good stuff. All right. Well, we're out of time, friends. It has been amazing to be back home. Thankful for safe travels back to the States. And listen, from this morning's call of gratitude and being present and staying away and out of chaotic and staying in things that make you relax, things that put you at peace, to what is your value? What is your superpower? If you're newer and want a reference or more context, you can look in the MREA on page 94 and 95. And that gives some things that as fiduciaries, as agents, how we show up from a value standpoint and what our value proposition is. And I employ you to go out and do some digging to see what is it that allows you to show up as you. And you can look at another person and say, hey, this person has sold 100 houses this year, but they're not you. They don't have what you have. They can't connect like you can. You have a certain just superpower within yourself that can allow you to go in and get a listing, to have conversations, to convert that other people don't. The onus is on you to go find out what that is. And then once you find out what it is, then you got to act on it. You got to go 10x on it and allow that to bring you the business, allow that to get you more listings, allow that to have more conversations that go from conversations to helping a client and getting to that closing table. It has been an honor to be your guest host today. I trust that you found value, and we will see you again on tomorrow. You got your inspiration. Now let's go out and get that perspiration. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Bree. Good job.
Thank you, Bree.